Welcome you all. This is Atianas from Tesga Government Girls High School. Students, see the story of Helen Keller in your book. I am going to read the story. Open your book, English Grammar and Composition textbook, supplied by NCTB, on page number 53, Unit 2, Lesson 1. The title of the lesson, Modals. Students, the story of Helen Keller, the girl who could not see, hear or speak. I would like to know the story of Helen Keller, who could neither see nor hear from the time she was a baby. Yet the brilliant girl was able to overcome all those difficulties, to graduate from a college with honors and become a useful citizen. I must say there was nothing wrong with Helen Keller when she was born. Her father and mother were very proud of their pretty baby, who tried to say Papa and Mama. For 19 months, Helen grew bigger and stronger. She was able to walk when she was a year old. She could say a few words, but one day the child fell ill. She must have been very ill. For days she had been suffering from high fever, and soon the parents learned that their darling would never be able to see and hear. When Helen was 6 years old, her parents took her to famous doctors to find out if they could do something to make her hear and see again. But the doctors could do nothing. The child was hopelessly deaf. Dr. Bell said that Kellers should write to the Perkins Institution for the Blind in Boston and ask if they would send someone to help the child. Students, perhaps you have noticed that the words I repeated are underlined in your textbook. At the bottom of the text on Helen Keller, there are 3 questions for you. Let's discuss the questions. Number 1. What meanings do the underlined words convey? They convey future possibilities. Number 2. Can you understand the mood or emotion expressed by these words? Well, they express politeness for could, would, and obligation for must. Can you change the forms of these words? The words are the past forms of some auxiliary verbs like shall, will, can, and we can't make any past or past participle form of these words. Well, learners, let's listen to a dialogue. And the dialogue is about a visit to London. Here 2 friends are talking. One is Tutul and another is Ilma. Tutul: what do you think I ought to see in London first?
Ilma, well, historical places. I think you should go to the Westminster Abbey, and if you can, go to the Houses of Parliament and the National Gallery.
And what about the British Museum? I was told one ought to see it.
I suppose you must go there. There you can find masterpieces of the world's best artists.
How can I get to the center?
I think You can go by steamer down the Thames from Westminster to Tower Bridge. That's a very pleasant way to travel, and you can see the London bridges and quite a number of buildings on the way.
Students, you might have noticed that the underlined words such as can, could, may, might, must, ought to, shall, should, will, and would do not change form for different subjects. Suppose the verb go. We say I go, but we say he goes. Or if I want to speak in the past form of the verb, I have to say I went or she went. But for these verbs, we don't need to change the form as per the person of the subject or for the tense. Rather, when we use these words like can, could, shall, should, will, would, may, might, need, dare, and must, we always use a present form of a verb after it. These words are known as modal auxiliaries or modals. Do you know the characteristics of modal verbs? I am telling you. They never change their form. You can't add s or ed or ing with it. Number 2, they are always followed by an infinitive without to, except in phrases like ought to. Number 3, they are used to express certainty, possibility, willingness, obligation, necessity, and ability. So learners, never forget that modals are 11 brothers. Can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, need, dare. Ought to, had better are also considered as modals. They often behave like modal auxiliaries and may be added to the list of modals. Remember, modal verbs are used to express functions such as permission, ability, obligation, prohibition, lack of necessity, advice, possibility, probability. Learners, now I am reading some dialogues from your grammar book. Notice what functions or emotions are expressed by the modals in the dialogues. Dialogue number 1, it's a restaurant and the dialogue is going on between the waiter and customers. Waiter, can I take your order, sir?
Sure, rice and vegetables for me, please.
May I take your order, sir?
Of course, I would like to try the kebab, please.
Students, permission is expressed by the modals can and may here. Would is expressing politeness. Dialogue number 2. The dialogue is between two friends.
I mustn't forget to phone Jafar.
Why?
It's his birthday tomorrow.
Students, here must is expressing obligation. Dialogue number 3. Here is also a conversation between two friends.
You look tired. What's the matter?
It's been a very busy week.
So, you should have a good rest during the weekend.
Students, here should is expressing advice. Dear students, your grammar book has some more activities. Try to solve them and then show that activities to your teacher to check whether your answers are correct or not. This is the end of my class. Hope you have enjoyed the class. Thanks for being with me. Stay well. Bye.